Hey everybody, this is Rick, also known as Duke City Devil Dog. Today is January 2nd, 2020. I'm sitting here at a truck stop on the eastern edge of New Mexico. We're going to talk about what's going on today, and I got a topic to discuss with you guys. Get some feedback from you. Stay tuned. Hey guys, welcome to day 2 of 2020. Hey, it's a start of a new decade. Before I get into that discussion a little bit, I just want to thank some people for some feedback about the audio on some of my videos. It's been a little low. One of the things is I do listen to the audio when I'm doing the editing. The problem that I noticed though was that I listened to the audio through headphones. A lot of you that are having problems hearing the audio on my videos are not using headphones, so it's a little bit lower. So when I edit this, I'm going to listen to it without headphones to try to make sure that the audio is pretty good. So I'll do the best that I can. I'm still learning at this, but I'll do the best to try to address that issue. That said, I am over here on the very eastern edge of New Mexico on I-40. I am in Glen Rio, New Mexico at Russell's Truck Center. It's right over here. It's a neat little stop. I got here last night about midnight after running. Got a chance to stop and grab something to eat with my daughter. That was a great thing, but I only had about 15-20 minutes. Luckily she was right next to the interstate, so we grabbed something and I headed out, because like I said yesterday, if you watched my video yesterday, I got behind because I had to stop to get a tire fixed or wheel fixed. Didn't take it very long, but it still ate some of my clock. So didn't quite make it to Amarillo, which is okay because I'm waiting for a repower right now. There was probably no way with my clock that I would get this all the way to Ohio. I did run 1,500 miles of it. There's still 1,000 miles left on this. There's still 2.5 days left on this, but I don't have that much time on my clock, so they're going to repower me here. Guys heading out here from Moriarty. He's about 2.5 hours out, so I can relax for a little bit, do a few different things, and wait. I'm going to take his load. It's going to Denton, Texas. It's about 400 miles away. I can get that there today as soon as he gets here, and you know, we're just going to go through it. Like I've talked about repowers before, you know, sometimes you run out of hours because we're on that kind of clock. It's, you know, where you have to worry about how many hours you can drive and all of that. So you can't always get everything where you need to because things happen. I mean, it just happens. You wait at a shipper, you run out of hours, or you know, you get things a certain distance and then you got to repower. You know, we joke about that a little bit, but I mean, you know, it happens through all sorts of things throughout history. Get things in the past. You think of the Pony Express. What was the Pony Express? I mean, you rode a horse until the horse you couldn't ride the horse anymore. You got a new horse or a new rider and took it farther. Same kind of thing here. But I've got about 20 hours left on my clock. That is not enough to get this load all the way out to Ohio. So instead of getting me out to Illinois and figuring out they got a load here that we can swap and this guy can head up to Ohio. So I'm just waiting for him. I'm all set. You know, we'll exchange paperwork and all that, and I'll head to Denton, Texas. So that said, if you get a chance to stop over here at Russell's, do it, especially if you can get here during the day. They've got a nice shop in here, but they have a museum and they have some really beautiful cars in here, some classic cars, classic vehicles, a lot of memorabilia from other stuff. It's just a neat little thing. They don't charge you anything to check it out. It's totally free to check out. So, you know, come check it out here at Russell's. If you drive a truck, you know, either you're driving now or you're going to be driving, if you're one of those people and you come in through here and you need a place to stop. I got here at midnight, and if you drive a truck or heard anything about driving a truck, get in a truck stop at midnight. Good luck finding a place. this was not difficult to find a place. It's got a huge parking lot. It's easy to park in this parking lot. It's a good stop if you need a place to stop between, let's say, between Albuquerque and Amarillo, closer to the Amarillo side. It's a really good stop. So think about it. Again, it's in Glen Rio. It's about, I think we're about 5 to 10 miles west of the New Mexico-Texas border on I-40. So stop and check it out. The restaurant here is pretty good too. I had breakfast there, so I got to quit doing that though, because I'm blowing a lot of money on food. That way, I've got food in the truck. I need to start eating that instead of doing the other. But I just couldn't help myself. It was just once I found out that I was getting repowered, I was going to be here another 3.5 hours instead of just running right away, because I'd already been on the road right now. But I just decided to grab something to eat. So I did mention I wanted to talk about some topics. Some of them are going to be truck related, some of them aren't. I would like feedback either way. I think some of this is going to be what I see on the road and things that I learn. I'm trying to do some research into an issue that I saw a lot of signs about when I was driving through California, and that affects all of us. Anybody who eats food, any kind of food that is grown on a farm or on a ranch, which means just about everybody, it can affect you. So we're going to talk about that. I got to do some research before I get into it. I don't want to do that sort of half cocked there. So I have a Sirius XM radio in my truck, and I got that for a couple of reasons. I got it at a really good price. I got it from Best Buy for I think about $45 for the setup. I like it a lot. The music and everything like that. I got the subscription for $5 a month for the first 12 months. I think it goes up to $12, $13 after that. I may call them when we get to month 12 and try to negotiate something lower. We'll see. I don't know if I can do that, but we'll try. But I'm liking what I'm hearing. But I've been listening to 80s music. I'm an 80s guy. I graduated from high school in 1986. So it sort of tells you how old I am. But they've been playing the top 1,000 songs of the 1980s year by year. So top 100 songs on the Billboard Hot 100 chart from 1980 through 1989, and they've been playing these. And this is sort of the thing I wanted to talk about, is in listening to all those, and it brought back a lot of memories. You find one or two songs through when you're growing up or when you're young in your life, or maybe even when you're older, that just touch you somehow or remind you of a certain part in your life. So my question to you is, do you have a song like that, or a couple of songs like that? If you do, put it down in the comments below, or you can just say, I really like this song. Say why, say how it sort of touched you, if you feel comfortable doing that. Sometimes they're because you saw it at a concert or whatever. Sometimes it was a song that hit you for where you were at. So that said, I'm going to share something a little strange for you. So, everybody goes through those things. I mean, those times when you don't feel appreciated, or you don't feel, whatever, I was always the friend to all the girls around, all the women around in my life. And growing up, you're high school freshman, sophomore, even senior, whatever, you got crushes and whatever, but you're always in that friend zone, and you feel like, hey, why don't you look this way? You know what I mean? Because you're hanging out with those guys that are going to treat you horrible. This is a guy that's not going to. He's going to treat you like you deserve to be treated. So, but that kind of thing. Well, I was listening to a song during the 1983 countdown, number 83 for the year, a song by Moving Pictures called "What About Me." If you haven't heard the song, or you don't know the song, you can check it out on Amazon Music. I think they have an acoustic version. If you can find the original version, it's a really good version. Both of them are good, but listen to the words. I mean, it's a great song. I'm not going to play it here because I don't know what I can and can't play on YouTube. I haven't, figured that out yet or gotten that. I don't want to take a chance of that. But and plus, to sit here and have you watch me while you listen to the song doesn't make a lot of sense to me. Anyway, but song is called "What About Me." It's by a group called Moving Pictures. It just talks about, what about me? It isn't fair. I've given all this stuff and I want something back. And it just reminded me of a point in my life where that's sort of how I felt around a lot of people. I was always the friend. I was always the person, the go-to person, the person who would listen, the person who would get the phone calls from girls who these guys that I knew, were jerks to them and everything else, and they wanted to lean on me and a shoulder to cry on, but they just, again, they gravitated to that instead of to somebody who was going to treat them like they should have been treated. But anyway, long story short, but that kind of thing, that really hit me when I heard that song. I hadn't heard that song in 25, 30 years almost, but it did get to me. And it's a great song. What amazes me about listening to that whole countdown, 1,000 songs. I didn't listen to every single song, but they play all of them. If you want to, you can access it on Sirius XM on the app. If you have the subscription, you can look at that top 1,000 of the 1980s and break it up that way. They're still playing a lot of that on the countdown right now for the next I don't know how long, but it's worth taking a listen to. But I'm sort of so shocked that songs I haven't heard in decades, I know either all the words or almost all the words to. So that's one of the benefits of driving a truck solo, is you can sing as loud as you want. Doesn't matter if you're a good singer or not. I mean, you're the only one there, so while you're there, you're a great singer. But you can sing as much as you want. You can sing as badly as you want, as good as you want. Nobody's going to know. Nobody can hear anything. Even if you're in a truck stop, you can sing as loud as you want with all the background noise. Nobody's going to hear you. So you can have a blast. You can enjoy. So, but that said, is there a song or something from your formative days, your growing up days, anywhere from middle school to college, that just still resonates with you, or if you heard it again, it would resonate with you? If it is, if you don't mind sharing it, put it in the comments below, and I appreciate you taking the time for that. I'm going to try to get. Still trying to get everything organized in my truck, find out what works best. I'm going to try to look for some stuff online, order it, get it sent to the house, and then and that way I pick it up next time I'm through. But I hope you guys have a great day. I hope the first day of this year was great for you, and every day just gets better from there. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please subscribe. If you click on the bell icon down below, they'll notify you when I post. I'm going to try to post. I always try to post every day, but it ain't going to happen every day. If you like the video, give me a thumbs up, please. Again, leave some comments below. Answer the question or address the question or whatever you want to put. Just be nice about it, however you are. And if somebody puts something and you comment on that, please be nice, be courteous. Okay. This is Rick, also known as Duke City Devil Dog. I am in Glen Rio, New Mexico. I'm driving for Stevens Transport. I'm psyched about it. You guys have a great one, and I will talk to you tomorrow. So last night when I got here, this is when I saw where it said museum. I thought, oh, this is pretty cool. I mean, with Model T, some interesting bikes. I thought, it's a small museum, but the real museum was closed till this morning. So I'm just going to walk through it real quick. I'm not going to stop and look at much because I don't have a lot of time, but you need to stop by and check this place out. Again, it's free to come in here. The hours 7:30 a.m. to 10 p.m. So You can donate. They donate it to Faith Children Home. Just a bunch of different memorabilia. I mean, different things. He's got a lot of different jukeboxes around here, Coke machines, all sorts of stuff like that. But then the fun part. So I'm not going to go into detail, but just because I don't want to do too much. But you can just see all the memorabilia. He runs classic commercials about some of the vehicles that he's got in here. There's all sorts of stuff in here. I mean, it's just a mix, but the cars are what's in it. What's great. It's got this pink T-Bird right here. Just some beautiful cars. A couple of Corvettes, actually 3 Corvettes, 2 classic, 1. So, I mean, it's worth to come spend a little bit of time, even if you're just taking your 30 over here or a 10-hour break and you get a chance to check this out. Come check it out, because it's definitely worth it just to see some of it. And then he's got this motion activated thing over here. Let's see if it starts to talk again. You get close to it and he starts talking to you. Maybe.
Yeah, here I am in my little old place here. Hey, lady, if you don't mind, how about close the door? Sometimes a man's got to do what a man's got to do. All right? Yeah, okay.
Well, Carmen Gia, classic trucks. He's got a lot of classic registers around here. I didn't find a Stevens truck in any of this, so if anybody from Stevens is watching this, maybe worth it to send him one. It's one of the few companies that he doesn't have over here. So, but he's got a lot of different stuff in here, and maybe even a Stevens hat. I didn't have mine in the truck to give him, but you could check that out. He's got look at some of this stuff. It's just neat to check it out, to see that kind of stuff. He's got a lot of, like I said, he's got a lot of company hats, but I did not see a Stevens one in here, so we might want to just send him one. It's over here at Russell's truck stop, and it's over here in Glen Rio, New Mexico. So, it's got a couple of cars over here, a couple of Fords, a Fairlane and a Galaxy with the retractable hard roofs. So it's just cool to check it out. But anyway, get a chance to come